Welcome everybody to another episode of Gorilla Gospel. We in the book of Isaiah, and we're gonna just go straight into it. Keep up. Isaiah chapter 1 verse 2 says, "Hear, O heaven, and give ear, O earth, for the Lord hath spoken. I have nourished and brought up children, and they have rebelled against me." Verse 3 says, "The ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib. But Israel doth not know, my people doth not consider." For it says, "Ah, sinful nation, a people laden with iniquity, a seed of evildoers, children that are corrupters. They have forsaken the Lord, they have provoked the Holy One of Israel unto anger. They are gone away backwards." 7 says, "Your country is desolate. Your cities are burned with fire. Your land strangers devour. In They devour it in your presence, and it is desolate, as overthrown by strangers." 11. "To what purpose is the multitude of your sacrifices unto me, said the Lord? I am full of the burnt offerings of ram and the fat of fed beasts, and I delight not in the blood of the bullock, or of lambs, or of he goats." 16 says, "Wash you, make you clean, put away the evil of your doings from being for my eyes, cease to do evil." And the last 17 says, "Learn to do well, seek judgment, relieve the oppressed, judge the fatherless, plead for the widow." Now we're going to get into it. What is Isaiah the prophet talking about here, man? He talking about, you know, his people for number one. You know, when it comes to sin and everything, not all of us going to get it right. There's only going to be a handful. That's why there's good and evil. There's only going to be a handful of good and a whole lot of evil. Because once the sin hit and the curse has taken over, God said, "Look what you done. You just cursed the earth. It was all good before all that." Evil has his way of getting through the earth. It's the owner. The ruler of this world is sin. It's the curse. It's not money. It's not man. We are slaves to sin. Point blank. So, I mean, you got God is fed up. God is fed up to the point where, you know, your countries, look at our cities. He said that in 7. He said, Your land, strangers devour it in your presence." We can't do nothing about it. They come over here, man, and they devour us, bro. Look at our cities, bro. And it's all because the people who's supposed to be appointed as leaders, they fall victim to the sin of evil wickedness that God does not approve of. And by law, that our kings, so-called rulers and wise men fall evil to the wickedness of other people who don't believe in God. By law, well, we are supposed to be devoured by strangers, which it says in verse 7. Overthrown by strangers. Ain't none of these people from America. Not alone Africa. But I mean, just to put it in perspective of where you from and where you at is different from who he's talking about in this book. But if you apply it to all of us being God's children, those who believe in God and know but fall into the wickedness, no wonder there's prostitutions, no wonder there's drug dealers, no wonder there's murderers, no wonder there's kidnappers, no wonder there's pedophiles, all this type of stuff. Well, it's because, brothers and sisters, our leaders are the ones supposed to hold us down with the right cops and the right judges. You got these judges that's on the bench, and they give the okay for people to get away with murder when they point blank wrong. You got these cops that's out here, bro, and they do their thing wickedly and everything, some of them do it to get by because, I mean, you're not paying these dudes enough to get out here and risk leaving their families with nothing. But you got so much money to fund something stupid so far as teaching my kids the birds and the bees. You got so much money to fund something so stupid so far as a right to let people of homosexuality to enter the bathroom of little girls when you could just make a unisex bathroom if that's what you want to do. I mean, we fall victim to this nonsense, bro. And like I say, bro, they're not even from this land. They don't even care about your people or who you are or God of that manner. But even those who knows and believes about God, they only flesh and blood. They're human. They're not God just because they read the Bible. They're not God because they preach the word or give out a few shoes or money or something like that. Ain't none of them God. Ain't none of us gonna be better than God. God knows good and evil. And God chooses when it's time to do evil. We just want to do evil. That's not even a choice in the matter no more. You know? And I mean, when it comes to it, the Bible is teaching you how to believe and how to live. I was looking at something on the internet where these brothers was arguing. The Muslim nation is the most potent part of the religion you can ever find. Actually, there's no such thing as a Christian, and it doesn't hurt me to say that, even though that I'm in a Christian nation and I was brought up Baptist and everything. But never once did Jesus or God say you must become Christians. No, he just said that you are the 12 tribes and the children of God. Not Christianity, not Mormon, not Muslim, not anything. But we break this all down just to be leaders of stuff that a lot of us won't get right. I'm a follower of God. I'm a child of God. Before I'm a Christian, before I'm anything, an African, an American, whatever, I'm a child of God. And even if I don't have the right to preach to some of these people that's out here following God, I have the right to live by God's law. I have the right to obey it. I have the right to believe it, and not accuse anybody that's trying to live in his way that they're wrong. I mean, you got God in 11 saying, "What purpose is the multitude of your sacrifice unto me?" What he's saying here, man, is that he's fed up. Man, I don't even care about y'all praising me. Y'all not praising me, man. Y'all showing off in front of a bunch of people, man, acting like y'all praising me. Have you ever had children who say they love you and mess all over you? What about a wife or a husband or a job? This is what God is going through here. The dudes on the internet was arguing about, he was saying that, he was assaulting the mess out of this Muslim brother, this British dude. And it was straight up down bad. I mean, he deserved to be slapped with the back end of a female possum for that. But I'm like, dude, the book does teach you how to get rid of diseases. It is a book that's teaching you about AIDS. We are cursed by being filthy, by being trash. And the book teaches you how not to be filthy and trashy. And then there's a lot of extreme people that's in that book, that's in this world right now, that is willing to do away with you nasty people. You corruptors. All y'all could do is sit around and try to make fun of the religion when, say, bro, if these people are living a productive life, let them be Muslims. If these people living a productive life, let them be Christians. Let them be Mormons. Let them be Catholic. But if they being everything but that, then yeah, I could see the extremeness that you're taking God's word in vain. And you saying that this is how you're supposed to not do this and thou should not do that, when you're doing every single bit of it in his house. If you read Isaiah chapter 1, you will see that God is seriously fed up. All right. He says this in 15. He says, and when ye spread your hands, I will hide my eyes from you. When ye make many prayers, I will not hear. Your hands are full of blood. God is seriously tired of y'all. He's always been. You think that what's happening now ain't been happening? You think it's just only been happening over there in that land? It's in all of us to sin the same sins. It's in all of us to be saved by God and his people from famine, diseases, and oppression, to turn right back to it right after we get out of the hole. The brother was making so much fun of the Muslim nation, calling them goat herders, and all that type of stuff. And he done that being on the proud soil of Britain. Christianity came from the Britain, England, Spain, all them type of people and everything. Jesus never said he was a Christian. But this very same Bible that I'm reading out of, it's been stepped on. It's water whipped. But it comes from over there. From Africa. This very book, these very people in this book comes from Africa, who we sit here and we oppress to the point that we sin against God. And before you know it, we caught up by the curse that God said he will allow our enemies to do to us if we give in to the oppression of them. We're going to die whether we give in or not, brothers and sisters. If we give in to their oppression, they still going to kill us. So die with some dignity at least. And that's Guerrilla Gospel. And I hope that you guys understand this, bro, and understand this for real. Them brothers over there that's extreme, that y'all call terrorists, they really trying to explain something to y'all, and y'all not listening. Y'all making fun of people, gods, and talking about preaching it. Guerrilla Gospel 1.